What's going on YouTube? This is Mason AJ with the Aficionados, and I'm sorry that Lance Excalibur is not here with me today to talk about today's Arrow episode, especially since it was such a good episode. It was such a good episode. I ain't gonna front. It actually was not the best episode out of the ones we've seen so far, but it had a lot of the points that I liked so much. Just off the bat, like just literally going into the episode, I gotta say that the police department and SWAT are no joke. And I know I was watching the episode and I had people like tweeting me and kind of commenting on Facebook and everything. People look like, man, SWAT is kind of serious, and I'm like, but people, SWAT in real life is serious. So now if you have SWAT that's actually like a specialized anti-vigilante task force, I kind of completely I can see how they get down the way they get down. I'm really glad to see Gangsta Bedigo for at least 20 seconds or so, like really like get back to doing what he's supposed to do, which is pretty much looking cool and beating ass. I was like, I'm gonna front, I was really feeling kind of bad because the whole episode I'm looking like, man, where's Diggle at? Where's Diggle at? And then when we finally see Diggle, he gets taken out by a net, and I'm looking like, is that how you're gonna do, my man? But this episode pretty much is obviously it's a follow-up to last episode, so we get to see how Sarah, crazy Sarah is recovering from her Lazarus pit dip. And I'm gonna find, I really liked how Laura did not pull any punches, and we didn't go through the whole thing of her keeping Sarah a secret and everything else. She immediately told her dad, Captain Lance, like what the deal was, and he had to deal with that. And as far as I know, she still hasn't told Oliver and like the rest of the main gang, but to be honest with you, it's a family matter. They really don't matter as far as like that's concerned. But obviously also Thea knows. Also, surprise, Damien Dark actually gave Captain Lance some good advice. I'm not saying that if you was to hypothetically raise your daughter or raise your kids back and play that, we should just gun them down. But when I have not liked Damien Dark since he showed up. I felt like he's just like a cartoon, like a 90s cartoon villain. He should have like I feel like Damien Dark should be like a toy that I get in like the cereal box or whatever. Like that's how corny he is to me, with his magical powers and his hex voodoo and everything. But the advice that he gave Captain Lance, I really felt Damien. And he was like father to father. I was like, you know what, Damien, I feel you. We just got and I'm on the front. While I do not know her name, because she was the actress. I'm terrible with names. I'm sorry. She was the actress that was in True Blood. She was Sookie's best friend. It's nice to see her come out. I really have not seen a lot of her roles since True Blood ended. But then again, I imagine with all the money and that she made in True Blood, because True Blood was a very successful, that she probably didn't need to work anymore. The only thing with the whole thing with this episode, it felt like Arrow, not Arrow, but like Flash and Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. and everything. This episode was a good step forward for the whole story. It did not address a lot of issues that I still want to know about, which I'm pretty sure they are going to address, but it did serve to rally Captain Lance back to the team side, because we didn't know where he stood. Is he working for Damien Dark? Is he not working for Damien Dark? And everything else. And now also Oliver's running for mayor. I kind of feel that is super corny, Oliver for mayor. But then I also recognize that, to be honest with you, the city is falling apart. And a friend of mine, or IBM, you guys recognize him. And so IBM said, why do heroes always get so caught up in the city? Why not just move? And with Gotham, with the Gotham as a city, either with Batman or with the TV show, I feel like Gotham was one of those places where I'm gonna find a lot of people who would want to move or just can't afford to. And with other cities, like Flash's, like Coastal City with Flash and everything, with Flash's city, they love and adore him. And Coastal City, I ain't gonna front, Flash City is actually like out of all the places to live in the DC world, that's like actually a pretty good city to go to. But having survived the earthquake and survived so much crime, and also just survived like the corruption like that, I really do feel like the Arrow City is dying. And I gotta give it credit. It actually does feel like, damn, like I just want to leave. And to see how the SWAT team is looking like we're cops and we try to maintain the being cops, but we just want to take care of our families and leave. I feel you on that. Like if you could get out, like just go, like leave. But I feel like they gotta do what they gotta do. And I'm gonna front, it made me really appreciate them more, because it felt like the elements of the city that give it life, like as a show, where we're reacting to the world. The city wasn't just another backdrop for Arrow to do his thing in. And also on another note, I'm really sick and tired of flashbacks. You know, we've been doing flashbacks for like the entirety of the series, and I'm just tired. I really don't care about any time Oliver has spent on the island. You know, going back and going forth, going back. And if you're gonna take me flashback to the island, show me something like that. Like, show me something that either means something back then or means something now. If we were seeing how villains that were somehow that were being introduced to themselves, like Anarchy and some of the other villains that have showed up in season 5 or whatever, were actually related to Time's Island, then I would care. But to be honest with you, I just want to get to a point where like we just stop doing flashbacks, stop taking me to the island. I don't care about it anymore. You know, I really don't. And every time it happens, I'm always kind of just want to walk out the room and get a glass of water or something, because it's just at this point, why do I care about this particular chick unless she's somehow going to invent a cure that like gives, you know, that kills Damien Dark, and we're leading up to that. That would actually make a good point. The writers of the show should probably like write that down. You know, this is all leading up to the destruction of Damien Dark, or etc. Because before with the island, it made sense. You know, even with Deathstroke and a lot of the other characters, it made sense to go back, and sometimes it really was just like fun filler. Like seeing Oliver off, not in the city but off the island, was fun filler. But now I just feel like it's just overdone. But this, like I said, I'm not a hardcore Arrow fan, you know, compared to a lot of the other shows, but this season still continues to impress me. It really does continue to impress me, and I really love, like, it gets me more excited and more excited the more I see it, and I really do feel like a lot of things are going forward. But you know what? Comment down below. Let me know what you think about this week's episode. Once again, I'm so sorry that Lance is not here. He's off doing stuff, but you know, hopefully you guys were as easily entertained with me. I really want to hear you guys' thoughts on Arrow, and also iZombie, Flash. We have a lot of other shows coming up. I will get around to doing a Supergirl review, and also talking about Ash versus the Evil Dead, which is also coming out. Stay tuned to that. I really want to know. Also, be sure to check out our Jessica Jones reaction trailer that I did with Gwenessa, and check out her podcast and everything else. With the question being is question of the episode, which is, now that Sarah's gone, we know that Sarah eventually ends up in Legends of Tomorrow. But what storyline do you think in the Arrow show are they going to use to keep her going? Because she can't just pop up in Coastal City like, oh, I'm White Canary, like that. They got to do a build up, because I also think they're also going to do they're already doing a build up with Adam, how he's eventually going to come back and do his thing. I really do feel like we're like maybe even 3 episodes before Adam comes back. And I actually like that dude. I actually like him and Felicity better than I actually do like Oliver and Felicity. But once again, this is Mason AJ with the Aficionados, and thanks for watching, and tune in next time. No. I'm just gonna say it. Okay, Adam and Felicity all day. Forget. Can't even think of his name. Forget Oliver. I don't like that relationship. Okay, if anything, I want to see Oliver get back together with Sarah. I think Sarah's the hottest girl on the show. Okay, so you're just gonna shake your head. All right.